Legal dictation number 7, speed 100 words per minute, start. Since the collector has to take a decision with regard to the nature of the instrument as also with regard to the amount of stamp duty payable on the instrument, it is implicit that he has to act in accordance with the principles of natural justice and given an opportunity to the person liable under law to pay the stamp duty to enable him to show that the instrument was either not chargeable with any stamp duty or that it was properly and duly stamped. He may also in the process show or indicate that the penalty was not liable to be imposed upon him. The decision of the collector is not final as it is provided by section 45 of the Act that the Chief Controlling Revenue Authority may, upon an application made in writing within 3 months of the order of the collector, refund the amount if it is cess of the amount which was legally chargeable has been charged and paid under section 40 of the Act. The exercise of power by the collector is always subject to the control of the Chief Controlling Revenue Authority under section 56 of the Act. The Chief Controlling Revenue Authority may also refer a case to the High Court for its opinion as provided by section 57 of the Act. The procedure indicated in this section contemplates that the collector shall form an opinion as to the chargeability of the instrument with stamp duty and the amount of duty payable on that instrument, and thereafter he shall require the payment of the proper duty or the amount required to make up the said duty together with a penalty which will be either 5 rupees or an amount not exceeding 10 times the amount of the proper duty or the deficient portion thereof. Under section 33 of the Stamp Act, power to impound a document or instrument which is not duly stamped is also available to the courts, including a High Court. Unless properly stamped, instruments will not be admitted in evidence, nor shall they be acted upon. The courts, like the Chief Controlling Revenue Authority, have also the power to refer a case to the High Court under section 60 for its decision as to the stamp duty payable on the instrument filed or produced before it during the course of trial of a civil suit or criminal or revenue case. If the court itself decides that the instrument was duly stamped and was therefore admissible in evidence, or admits the instrument in evidence on payment of duty and penalty, its decision would be revisable under section 61 by the court to which an appeal would lie from the decree or order passed by this court. Thus, the matter of determination of stamp duty, the courts, including the High Court, apart from the collector and the Chief Controlling Revenue Authority, are involved either at the stage of registration and determination of stamp duty or admissibility of the instrument document in evidence in a pending case. The hierarchy under the Registration Act has already been indicated above, but it will be useful to point out here that every sub-registrar performs the duties of his office under the superintendence and control of the registrar of the district, while the Inspector General exercises general superintendence over all the registration offices in the state.